Hello students, today I am going to discuss a bio lesson for grade 11 students. I am already discussed the first part of the lesson earlier. Today I came here to discuss the second part of the biosphere lesson. Okay, now first we will discuss about environmental pollutant and their effects. Okay, there are different, first it is given as different environmental pollutants. So in your textbook you can see there are several types of waste. They are agrochemical waste, industrial waste, greenhouse gases, heavy metals, particulated matter, domestic waste, and electronic waste and nuclear waste. Okay. Now, in this lesson, we are going to discuss several important terms. Let's see what are that terms. Okay, I mentioned few of that terms. First, it is given as lethal dose related to agrochemicals. What is lethal dose? Now, you know, if you use a chemical substance as a pesticide, the amount that we use to destroy the pest, 50% of it, half of it, that we called as lethal dose. Industrial effluent. So there are so many substances released from the industry which harmful for the environment, that we call it as industrial effluent. Then greenhouse effect. So during this session we will discuss what are the greenhouse effect. And heavy metals. Next it is given particulated matter. Then what is particulated matter? There are some substances that remain in our environment long time duration, that we call it as particulate matter. Then acid rains. You know, by acid mix rain we can consider as acid rain. Upcoming lesson you can discuss that. Next, persistent organic pollutant. So in short form we mention it as POPs. It's also, we can see in our environment some substance keep in long time duration, so that we call persistent organic pollutants. Go to the next one. In this lesson we are going to discuss about adverse effect of environmental pollution. Under that, most important point is greenhouse effect. Another thing is global warming and acid rains and depletion of ozone layer and photochemical smog and biomagnification and eutrophication. Then last one, increasing the radiation level. Let's see first greenhouse effect. Okay, now you can see several pictures. What you can say about these pictures? Let's see first one, from sun. You know, from sun there are sunlight reaches to the earth and thermal radiation come to the earth. You know, there are atmosphere around our earth. By the atmosphere, what happens? Some energy is reflected into space. So we call it as re-radiation. And some certain amount remain inside the atmosphere and they reflected all direction, and that process effect for increase the temperature of the earth. So this atmosphere acts as a jersey wearing the earth. So then we can get as a definition what greenhouse effect. Can you see this? Carbon dioxide, water vapor and methane, water vapor, methane, CFC, ozone considered as greenhouse gases. They can absorb radiation given out from the earth and some of it re-radiated back to the earth's surface. This re-radiation helps to warm the earth. This process we know as greenhouse gas. Just means the greenhouse we use for crop cultivation, the same process occurs inside the greenhouse So this process that naturally happen, we call it as greenhouse gases. Our next effect, global warming, that is increasing the temperature of the atmosphere. Okay, you know about there are several effects of global warming. So can you see this diagram in your textbook? Ocean heat increase, the sea level increase, and you know the melting of glaciers. Due to that, humidity increase, temperature and increase in the seas, and the sea level increase. All these effects we can get it as effects of global warming. Go to the next one. This is also another picture that shows what are the effects of global warming. So if you see this, the same things are damaging corals, rising the sea level, warmer the oceans, that effect for the aquatic animals, and you can see strong storms and climatic changes and melting of glaciers. Okay, the next environmental effect, that is acid rain. So this is a picture that represents acid rain. What is that? You know about industry. By the industry, there are unwanted substance emit out the oxide of nitrogen, oxide of sulfur. So they, when the forming of clouds, they mix with clouds and for rainwater, then deposit as rain, snow or sleet. So that we call it as acid rains. What is the next one? Depletion of ozone layer. Depletion, it means thickness reduce. Okay, these are the two diagrams that represent the depletion of ozone layer in 2000 and 2015. The cover, that hole arose due to the depletion of ozone layer. Then ozone molecules destroy due to the greenhouse gases. Here, this is a protective shield of gas ozone. What is ozone layer? It is a protective shield of gas ozone. And what is the property of it? So it can absorb harmful UV radiation, ultraviolet radiation, and break down ozone gases by CFC, and nitrogen oxide gases are known as depletion of ozone layer. There are greenhouse gases, they are able to destroy these O3 molecules. This process we mention as a depletion of ozone layer. What is this? Can you see what these are the effects of ozone layer? It means cataract and some diseases we can see. Our next environmental problem that we face during this, that is photochemical smog. So this diagram represents the area that subjected to photochemical smog. So it is a cloudy mist, yellow colored mist that is formed due to reaction of sunlight and chemicals emission from vehicle. Basically the chemicals that emission from vehicle, they react with the sunlight and make a mist. So this turbidity nature, the atmosphere become turbid. So that we call it as photochemical smog. Then what is next effect? We call it as biomagnification. So what is biomagnification? Collection of toxic chemical pollutant. Collection of toxic chemical pollutant along with food chains from one trophic level to other is called biomagnification. All these diagrams represent the biomagnification. Normally, what are the substances that happen biomagnification? Basically, arsenic, heavy metals, arsenic, mercury. Okay, this diagram represent how they flow through the food chain. Next, eutrophication. So this is an effect that we can see in water bodies. So you know about if there are pollutant mixed with the water body, the nitrate substance added to the water bodies increase the growing of algae. Then form a green colored layer on the water surface. This process, this effect, we call it as eutrophication. So for the beauty of the environment and the aquatic organisms, basically effect eutrophication, their habitat destroyed, they can't get much oxygen, then anaerobic reaction occur and bad smell can be seen in that water bodies due to the eutrophication. Next one, increase of radiation level. That also happen in different waste matters in our environment. Next, indirect effects of environmental pollution. You know about there are several effects happen for human as well as whole biosphere due to this unwanted substance, bad pollutant of the atmosphere. So what are they? Loss of habitat of organism. All organisms, they lost their natural habitat due to this pollution. Desertification. Deserts are forming. Next, reduce the crop. Constrictions and degradation of natural environment. Natural beauty of the environment destroyed. Health issues. Several health problems are occurring. Next, reduce the biodiversity. The diversity is reduced. Introduction of invasive species. The unwanted species can be harm to other natural species, that we call it an invasive species, and economical loss. So that effect for economy, this environmental pollution. Go to the next one, sustainable use of environment. This is the last session of your biosphere lesson. So if we can use our environment sustainably, that we call it as using environment as sustainable. It means the resources should save for the next generation. It can be represented in some steps are given how we use environment sustainably. According to our textbook, we can use sustainable agriculture, and there's a special thing about footprint and conventional food patterns we can use. Now when we consider about sustainable agriculture, what are the things that we use? Multiple cropping, biological pest controlling, using organic fertilizer, and uses of traditional knowledge of technology. You know about our ancient people, they use some traditional traditional method for their agriculture that without harming environment. And under the footprint, we discuss different terms. So you can read out the book for that. What are that terms? Carbon footprint, water footprints, and food miles. Such points we can consider, and using that points we can use our environment as sustainably. And waste management. So there's a special method, 4R method. Okay. Next, energy management. So that are the things that we discuss in the lesson. I think this is a simple summary to understand what are the points, what are the words regarding what are the special terms in the biosphere lesson. Now I think you can get a simple idea about that for help for your O-level exam. Ayubowan.